The tea is served, bitch. And I also got popcorn because this episode was good. Okay guys, so we are back again with another video, and this is the second to the last one for this series on The Bachelor. And tomorrow we are going to announce the Bachelorette on the season finale. So I'm probably gonna do these videos for the Bachelorette too, because I think I've gotten into a good groove with these videos, so I think that will be cool. So I won't be the last one, so you guys are gonna want to subscribe. You guys are gonna want to like this video, let me know that you like them, but definitely subscribe down below. But let's talk about what happened after the aftermath of Cassie basically breaking Colton's heart last week. I also just want to take a second and point out again, because you know, this is what I do. I was right. Cassie and Colton were endgame, and that's how it's supposed to be. And sorry about it. Sorry guys. I knew from day one. I knew it was Cassie. Okay, so after Colton jumped the fence, he rips his mic off and he starts running. And so that's what we kind of left off on last week. And so this week we just see him running. They go to find him. They start sending cars after him. People are running. There's like search groups of people, like producers basically running after him, looking for him. Chris Harrison is like going crazy wild, like trying to just basically find Colton. They can't find him. Chris Harrison's about to call the cops on him at this point, just to be like, hey, we can't find him. Finally, a producer finds him. They go to talk to him. He's just like, I don't want to be touched. Don't talk to me. Like all this stuff. They're just like, are you okay, Colton? Are you okay? He's like, don't touch me. Like, I don't want to talk right now. And so finally, Chris Harrison catches up and starts talking to him. And Colton's just like, no, I'm done. And he's like, well, what's going on? He's like, no, I'm done. He literally, in quotations, I'm done. And he's basically saying he is done with The Bachelor. He is done. If he cannot have Cassie, he is done with this whole freaking process, which is like, even during this moment, Chris reminds him like, hey, you know you have like 2 other girls, which like isn't cool, but okay, cool. He reminds him, you have 2 other girls, you know that, right? And he was just like, yeah, I can't do this, which like props to Colton. Like, you know where your heart is, you know you can't do this. Like, that's real, you know, like that's real. Also, like, Chris Harrison's just trying. He's on a TV show and he runs the show, so you know, he's just doing his job, but still like, So the next day, Colton has just basically calmed down. Chris goes to talk to Colton in his room, and he's like, you know, I still feel the same way. If I can't have Cassie, I don't want anybody. And Chris is like, you know, well, you know, you still have 2 other people here. You know, like, what if Cassie doesn't want you back? Which I'm like, yo, what the fuck, Chris? Like, that's harsh. Like, that's so cold. That's so rude. Like, after Colton was just like, I don't want to be rejected. Like, I feel like I'm not enough and all these things. You're literally just gonna like throw that at him. Like, what if she doesn't want you? Like, that is harsh. But also, again, I want to point out at this moment right here that Colton is reaffirming that I picked Cassie correctly for him. So sorry, I know how to pick it. I'm actually a psychic. So in the next part, Colton actually decides to be a man, which is again refreshing for The Bachelor, at least the ones I've seen, and goes and talks to Tayshia and basically just breaks up with Tayshia and tells her really upfront and direct, I'm in love with Cassie and I can't do this. And you know, basically gives her the proper amount of closure right then and there, and doesn't really wait for the live portion to kind of like give her everything, which I really do commend him on. I think it speaks volumes again on his communication skills, which I feel like I always praise all the time, but Colton's communication skills are like up here. But yeah, he's like, you know, I love Cassie and I can't be in love with 2 people at once, and I'm so sorry that, you know, this isn't fair to you. Tayshia's basically like, hey, can we like talk where there's not cameras? And they go inside her room and basically just leave mics on, because forget that exists. So we hear the whole conversation. He's basically having a panic attack, freaking out. She calms him down, which is kind of interesting, but you hear his heart beating into her mic, which is interesting whenever he's like giving her hugs and all these things. But she kind of has like a calm response to it, which you can kind of see because she wasn't fully committed to Colton. She's definitely upset. She definitely is a little heartbroken, but she definitely gets over it, because then you see her watch the breakup back and confront or talk to Colton in the live section of the show later on. And it was kind of a little bit boring, to be honest. There wasn't much really to be said here. There wasn't a lot of tea being spilt there. Again, I just want to say that I really do commend Colton on his communication skills. I just felt like snaps for the communication skills. Now the next part, whew. The next part is where I'm gonna have to turn this into a cereal right about now, because Hannah G, if we go back to my first video, my prediction video, was my other finalist other than Cassie. Even though most of the other videos I made, I said Cassie was endgame, Cassie was endgame, Cassie was endgame, Hannah G was my other final two prediction. Hannah G clearly was in love with Colton, and they didn't tell Hannah anything that was happening. So Hannah's like aside to the camera. She's just talking about how much she's gonna tell Colton she loves him and all these things, and she can't wait for their date. And it's heartbreaking. And she's like, our date's tomorrow and blah, 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 blah. And Colton comes to her door the night before and basically does the same thing he did to Tayshia and breaks up with her and is very, very honest with her again. Says that I can't be in love with two people. I'm in love with Cassie. I'm so sorry that I'm doing this, blah, 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 blah. Great communication skills, but rightfully so. And she's just right in her feelings. Hannah G is pissed. Again, I'm happy that she's voicing her opinions. I'm happy that she's expressing them. She was never rude, violent, malicious in anything, because she's a lady. She's a classy bitch, okay? But she just was straight up like upset. She was all these things. Colton at one time was like, you still remind me of home, which I thought was like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, why you shut up, bitch, shut up. Okay, that's the one time I was like, you need to shut up, because this was too much, okay? I was really happy though that Colton did tell Hannah that she does not deserve to be a backup plan, which I completely agree with, because a lot of the producers, and kind of seeming like what Chris Harrison was trying to say, was that, you have other girls, you have other options, other women here that love you. But when you know what your heart wants, because that's kind of how the game of The Bachelor or the TV show of The Bachelor is, but these are really real people at the end of the day. And if they really do get their emotions involved, it's real shit with real shit. And so it's not like he doesn't want to get this involved. And so Hannah really did love him. And I think he did love Hannah. It's just not, he wasn't in love with Hannah to the same extent, especially that he was with Cassie, because that was just a special bond he had with Cassie. And so again, I'm very happy that Hannah did voice her concerns and her opinions. When it comes to the live portion, Hannah did watch the breakup back and got more upset. She said it was very hard for her to see. It's been hard for her day to day. She has trouble sleeping at night, which is really hard to hear. She says that a lot of people come to her and like, oh, let me see the engagement ring, let me see the engagement ring, because everyone thought that she's the one getting engaged at the end. And that's gotta be really hard for her to kind of like deal with every day. And she says, I know it's part of, what I signed up for, but knowing that my heart's broken is just really, really hard. And so I get that as well. But she did say that she is no longer in love with Colton, which is very, very good to hear. To me, that kind of made me feel like maybe they were gearing her up to maybe be the Bachelorette. I'm kind of hoping it's Kaylin. If it's anybody from this season, it's Kaylin. It might be Hannah B, but I'm kind of hoping it's Kaylin, because I feel like Kaylin has a little bit better on-screen personality, so that maybe it would be Kaylin. My friend Erin also agrees that it should be Kaylin, if anybody from this season, for sure. I think the rest of the girls can go to Paradise or whatever it's called and just find love there for now. One of the things that Hannah did tell Colton that is some tea time is that she felt the same way that Colton felt when Cassie dumped him whenever Colton dumped her. And I thought that that was some, that's some real shit right there, because she felt blindsided, she was in love, and she had no control over it. And I completely understand that. That's another one of the things that made me feel like they were maybe gearing her up to be the Bachelorette. They were giving her like this hard story, which is how they always start the new season, of like, he had their heart broken, and so that's what made me think that maybe. But you know, I'm glad that she like voiced her opinions and she like let him have it, but he was very respectful and communicated and basically answered all of her questions, and so that was very, very good. Very, very kind of him. She said she had a lot of what ifs and it's not healthy to do a lot of what ifs, and she said that, but she had some that she wanted to like run through with him. One of the what ifs that she ran through was basically asking Colton, why did he go through 2 of the fantasy suite dates and not go through with her date and give them 2 the chance and not give her the chance to basically see if they had more time together, what their relationship would have been. I kind of thought, okay, maybe then, but he had a good response. He said that once he was so sure in how he felt for Cassie, he had already been feeling kind of so certain about it at that point. Once he was so sure after she left and broke up with him, he knew that he just couldn't go on anymore, and so he didn't want to make that go any further. And so I respect that and I understand that. I think she respected it as well. And so they had a very good conversation. So then that brings us to the last little bit. They start showing us basically what's gonna happen tomorrow. So Colton is trying to win Cassie over, we guess. He's just saying he needs Cassie, it has to be Cassie, it's Cassie or nobody. Essentially there's no women left on The Bachelor at this point, which has never happened in Bachelor history on this show, which is crazy ridiculous. So this time Colton is going to Cassie. He's in a car and Cassie's talking to the camera and she's basically saying, you know, I don't regret what I did. I feel like I'm just ready to go home and feel better and like start my life over and be good about things and just kind of just start new, just start anew. And that's when Colton gets to the door, knock, 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 and then we don't see what happens. And we'll have to watch tomorrow. So I guess I'm gonna post another video tomorrow and we're gonna have to watch that together. Again, we're gonna announce who the Bachelorette is tomorrow, so we'll have to see what that is too, and we'll do these videos for the Bachelorette as well. So we'll have new Monday videos for that coming up very, very soon. I'm thinking I might post this video tonight, which would be Monday night, just to get it out there because I've been slacking on my posting schedule, if you guys haven't noticed, because I'm still a little sick. I've had to edit out a few coughs and stuff like that, but I'm doing the best I can at getting my posting back up. Also, I'm still in the process of a move. If you would be able to see the other side of this room, it was so nice, but I finished actually bringing all of my things over from my old house, and yeah, there's a lot of crap everywhere. But I definitely have a whole bunch of videos filmed. I have a bunch of things I just need to edit and post, and I definitely want to get them up there for you guys. I just haven't had a lot of time. My things will free up for me probably in the next month or so. I will try to get more content up there for you guys very, very soon. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Again, give this video a like if you like The Bachelor, if you're part of Bachelor Nation, because I think I'm officially part of Bachelor Nation. I've done all these videos now. Tomorrow we're gonna have a party. I might even have some wine and watch the episode, some more popcorn, and enjoy this, okay? Because this is what we are. We're family. We're Bachelor Nation, you guys. We're Bachelor Nation together. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Let's hope he gets Cassie back. I kind of hope he does. It'd be weird if he didn't, right? Oh God, what if he doesn't get Cassie back? Also, if he gets Cassie back, guys, everyone owes me like 10 bucks because I was right. I didn't say that in the beginning, but like, let's just assume if I get the predictions right, everyone owes me money, right? No? Okay, just subscribe, that's all I get. You subscribe if I'm right, you subscribe, okay? Don't unsubscribe if I'm wrong. That's in the fine print. It's in here somewhere, in the white section here. You can't see it, don't look for it. Okay, bye.